The reason that Jesus is more credible than any other option, more trustworthy, is because the way he lived his life is like no other. In John chapter 8, he could look into the faces of his enemies and ask them, which one of you can prove me guilty of sin? And his enemies were silent. In 1 John chapter 3, a man who lived very closely with Christ for 3 years could write, in him is no sin. The second point is when you read the content of his ethical teaching, the Sermon on the Mount. As Robert Cole, psychology professor at Harvard, put it, all the writings on ethics over the past 2,000 years are simply footnotes to the Sermon on the Mount. That's an ethical genius that spoke the Sermon on the Mount. Third point, when you watch him die, nailed to a crossbeam, instead of cursing his enemies the way I would have, he prays, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. That's incredible. Fourth point, and most important point is, 3 days after he dies, he physically, bodily rises from the dead, and over a period of 40 days appears to over 500 people who see him, different times, different places, risen from the dead, and those eyewitnesses die, not for their belief. They die for what they claim to have seen, the dead Christ risen from the dead. That's why you'd be wise to put your faith in.
As a security, like risk investment.
As the truth.
Oh,
as
okay.
real. You want to live in La La Land, or do you want to live in reality?
I'd like to live in reality.
Good. Then you check out Jesus, because the evidence is he's real.